Do 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 do. Okay. Hello from wherever you are tuning in from around the world. This is Natalie Sisson, the Suitcase Entrepreneur. Thank you for joining me. It is a beautiful, sunny but slightly windy Sunday morning here in New Zealand. I apologise. I seem to be getting a little bit later on these, but I just had a beautiful breakfast with my sister and her husband and my nephew, and now I get to look at this gorgeous view. And I thought I would do day 10 of the 30-day Periscope challenge. Woohoo, day 10 on travel tips for entrepreneurs, because even though right now I'm not traveling, I've obviously traveled nonstop for 5 years living out of my suitcase and have learned quite a lot. So let me, oh God, that's what I look like on a Sunday morning. Actually, I just realized that I have, can you see these two guys next to me making an appearance? Hey, Maxie. Hello, who's that? Okay, I digress. Hello! So we're actually about to go off on an awesome walk out in nature. And if you tuned into day 9 yesterday, it was all about being in your happy place, which for me is being out in nature with dogs and enjoying being by the water. But today is all about travel tips. So I'd love to see a show of hands, a show of hearts. Can we have a show of hearts for those of you who have been traveling for quite a while, because maybe we can get some of your cool tips in here as well. Hello in Portugal. Thank you for joining in. Hi, Diane and Wendy. Happy sunny Sunday to you as well, or Saturday evening. Hi, Dr. Nikki. How are you? So, yeah, travel tips that I've learned over the years that nobody ever really tells you about in those books or in specialist kind of blog posts. So for me, one that has absolutely stood me in great stead over the years is having a second, or what I should say, fake wallet, just depending on where you're traveling to in the world. Never ever take every single thing in the one wallet that you're carrying with you. Your driver's license, your credit cards, your debit cards, all those things that are really hard to replace if your wallet got stolen. But what I tend to do is keep one debit card and one credit card in a wallet, some cash, and then I'll have a second wallet either on me, as in a money belt, or in my luggage, so that if I go out and something happens and I either lose it or it gets nicked, I'm not out of pocket. I can look after myself. I have access to money, and I don't have to go cancelling every single credit card. And it's an easy and simple thing to do. You're in the Algarve. Sorry, we've got Nathaniel in the Algarve. I didn't get to Algarve when I was in Portugal. I got to Lisbon and Porto and all around. So this is Toby, by the way. He's making an appearance because he's cool. So that is one tip that a lot of people don't think about. And just to give you an example, when I was in Vietnam a few years ago, I actually got off a bus from being in Moi Nei, and I was walking on the other side of the road where it was very quiet, very wide, just trying to get away from all the crowds. And out of nowhere came a motorbike that just basically ripped my laptop bag off my shoulder and went hooning off down the road. So you can imagine my laptop bag, I had loosely tied the strap to my suitcase. So they went steaming off down the road with my entire life literally going out of my vision, and I'm running up and going, no, stop, wondering what the heck I'm going to try and chase down a motorbike. But because my suitcase was wrapped around the laptop strap, they actually dropped the whole thing because they realized it was just too heavy for them. So I was very, very fortunate to get away with that. But it made me realize in my bag at that very moment, I had not only my laptop, I had all my credit cards. I had both. Actually, I only had one of my passports. I cleverly left one passport back at the hotel. And I had my hard drive. I had all my security documents. I mean, I just would have been absolutely lost had they stolen everything and gone off with my suitcase. So it just makes you think. Sometimes when you've been traveling for a long time, you actually can really get, I can hear my sister in the other room watching this. When you're traveling for a long time, you can get really lax about this sort of stuff. So always keep your goods protected. Separate out your hard drive, your valuables from those that you have on you, especially depending on where you're traveling. Certain parts of the world you absolutely don't need to be as safe and secure, but then certain parts you absolutely do. And you just need to be a little bit more aware. Another great thing is a tool that is really cool, awesome, called Skyscanner. Skyscanner.net, if you go to it. I love it for booking my flights because it actually scans all the major airlines and all the major flights and will tell you which ones are the best price at that moment, and then you go off to actually book on those sites. So it saves you a lot of time in searching around just yourself. I mean, I think it's always good to go and check the main airlines once you've looked on Skyscanner, because sometimes they have better deals. But on the whole, what I love about Skyscanner is you can put in where you are right now, and then you can put in the destination anywhere or everywhere, and it will actually show you within remit where you can travel right now and for how much money, which is pretty cool. So if you don't have a set destination, you can always just pick everywhere and it will show you what's cheapest, what's available, what's leaving soon. So Skyscanner is a really, really cool tool that I love using. And my third and final tip for travel for today, even though I've got tons more, is if you are investing in a great suitcase or backpack, spend more money than you'd be inclined to normally, because the money that you save on having a really lightweight suitcase when you check in is imperative. Like, so many times I've seen people buy cheap suitcases, they already weigh 5 to 7 kilos and they get to check in and they're already over, and then they get an excess baggage fee and it's really frustrating. Whereas if you spend good money on either Samsonite or Rimowa, ones that are super lightweight, really flexible and durable from the get-go, it will save you a lot of money over the long term. Cool, thank you. I'm glad you love the tips in my book, and there are a lot more to go, so we will cover off some of those in maybe day 15 of the Periscope Challenge, trying to be splitting this up between mindset, business, and lifestyle. So today was travel tips. Claire from Dom's Kitchen asked, did I get that crazy cool suitcase that was crowdfunded? Do you know what? There have been about 4 or 5 different suitcases or travel tools that have been crowdfunded recently. I did get one of them which had a really cool roller opening, and it's coming out later this year. It should get sent to me, and it has GPS tracking in it, a weight tracker so you can weigh your luggage before you even get to the airport, and charging ports for your phone and laptop. So I think I'm really looking forward to using that. And the roller entrance open is going to be really neat rather than unzipping. And yes, I also got a travel jacket which has a hood in it with a sleeping pillow so you can pull it out on the plane. It has an inbuilt pen in the zip for when you're wanting to fill out registration cards as you're flying in. It's got some really cool features, zips for your laptop, for your iPad, for your phone, and all these cool things that travelers need. Do I recommend only carry-on? I think where possible, if you can pack that light and you're traveling on destinations, absolutely, then you don't have to wait around for your bags. Yes, it's a very James Bond jacket. Love all the hearts, thank you. And yeah, I think carry-on when you can do it is great. I've obviously been living out of a suitcase for 5 years, so I have to check mine in, because as much as I'm pretty good at living minimally, it's pretty hard to fit everything into a carry-on, especially with different countries have different limits. So in the US, you can take, I believe it's, a fair amount on your carry-on, up to 20 kilos or so. But in other places, it's 5, 7, or 10 kilos. And then suddenly you have to be really careful about what you're taking with you. I love that Toby's making the full-on appearance on this Periscope. There he is. He's loving the sun and the cuddles. So thank you for all the hearts and love. That is the 3 travel tips today. I've got more to come. And thank you for turning up to day 10 of the 30-day Periscope Challenge. You can find all the previous days over at youtube.com/Natalie Sisson, NATALIE SISSON, to think about how to spell my last name, and also the hashtag 30dayPC, so 30dayPC. I typically post when I'm about to go live, so you can join me on here. Thank you for catching all my replays. Hope you've been enjoying them. If you guys have any topics that you want me to cover over the next 20 days, please just pop them below or use that hashtag and suggest them for me there. Hello, Amanda from BC, Canada. Love British Columbia. Used to live in Vancouver. Beautiful part of the world. Almost as beautiful as New Zealand. Loving those aqua hearts. Ooh, the pink and aqua look so cool. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you back here tomorrow, typically between 11 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Goodbye from Toby. And once again, have an amazing day.